great good day to you. This is Owen McCafferty. I'm speaking on behalf of Professional Fusion for their sponsorship. Thank you. I'd like to talk about an issue that relates to a current event, and that is the difficulties that we're having across the United States, really North America, with the weather. Most of you realize that the tropical storms that we have down here in Florida are a constant expectation. That's all we do. We watch for the most current storm and we try to plan for it. But these storms are filled with energy, and that energy is heading north towards pretty much the eastern half of the United States, resulting in a lot of troubles for people, a lot of flooding, tornadoes as far north as Ohio, and a lot of probability that there will be catastrophes that will cause some of you to have locations that will be declared national disaster areas. And being as such, you're going to need some sort of additional time to file returns. Now, there's certain rules and regulations that are required for an extension of time to file your returns above and beyond the statutory extension times. And these are usually as a result of declarations that are made through the President of the United States office declaring an area a disaster area. And there's a lot of different disclosures that relate to these. So for example, you could have a limitation in terms of time to file your return that can be abated by no other means other than through one of these declaration of disasters, so that you have adequate time to prepare your return even above and beyond the statutory extension date. They're rare and you have to check. Sometimes you even have to look at it in terms of zip codes. But there are opportunities, and that's why dealing with the tax professional, your CPA, and finding out if you qualify for a disaster area could give you additional time so that you can adequately represent results of operations, financial position, and from an individual standpoint, the expenses and sources of income, so that you can file your return adequately and accurately. You got to keep an eye on what's going on in your geographic area. And this requires that you not only know about state-declared disasters, but also federal disasters, because that has a bearing. Even in the instance of your tax preparer being in one of those areas that has been declared a federal disaster area, there may be relief to you in having an additional period of time so that your preparer can file the return. If the books and records are located in your preparer's office in one of those qualified disaster areas. So again, it's not necessarily a solution for everybody, but it is a solution for some of you that may be qualified. And it's not just Florida, North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, and Virginia. It's all over. It goes all the way up to all 50 states. We're also having disasters on the West Coast. There's a lot of energy that is being stored up in these storms, and it's carrying across. The Great Plains have been hit. The upper western states have been hit. And of course, Tornado Alley in Oklahoma and Kansas and Missouri, Indiana, Ohio, Kentucky, and many of the other states, of course, Texas. There are additional issues that have to be considered. So it's hurricanes, tornadoes, horrible flooding, disasters that we really can't predict. Disasters have always been with us, but with 24-hour news coverage on cable and internet, as well as the national broadcast networks, there's been a renewed understanding of what's going on. So if you are in one of those areas, you may qualify in a variety of different ways for an extension of time. In some very rare circumstances, they will mitigate some of the penalties and potential interest issues in making payment of taxes if you are in a qualified disaster area. But again, those are rare, and please keep in mind the government's job is to collect money so it can spend it as your elected officials deem fit. But there is relief, and I would strongly encourage you, the purpose of this short video is to explore and ask and engage. Explore your options, ask if you don't really know, but clearly engage competent people to advise and assist you if there may be some relief for you. So let's hope this season finds us all with no reason to extend our returns beyond the statutory extension dates, because that means that you're probably in a situation that requires a challenge for filing. So this is Owen McCafferty. I want to say thank you on this Saturday morning. Obviously, I'm working, and I sure do hope you are too. Take care, and we'll talk in a bit.